Hi students, we discuss human respiratory system. The human respiratory system consists of a pair of external nostrils, a pair of nasal chambers, a pair of internal nostrils, larynx, trachea, bronchi and bronchioles and lungs. We already completed external nostrils, nasal chambers, internal nostrils and larynx. Today we discuss trachea, bronchi and bronchioles and lungs. Now trachea. The trachea is also called windpipe. Windpipe. It is long tube-like structure. It extends between larynx and bronchi. It travels through neck and enter into mid-thoracic duct, mid-thoracic cavity. So the trachea travel through neck and enter into mid-thoracic cavity. Internally, the trachea is lined by ciliate pseudostratified ciliated columnar epithelium. So the trachea internally lined by pseudostratified ciliated columnar epithelium. The ciliated columnar epithelium hold the dust particles which are enter into trachea through air during respiration. Next, the wall of the trachea is supported by C-shaped rings. C-shaped rings. So these are C-shaped rings. So wall of the trachea is supported by C-shaped rings. These are made by hyaline cartilage. So the C-shaped rings are made by hyaline cartilage. What is the function of C-shaped rings? The C-shaped rings are incomplete on the dorsal of the trachea. So, for example, this is trachea. The pen is trachea. This is dorsal, this is ventral. So, the rings are C-shaped. The C-shaped rings are incomplete on the dorsal, complete in ventral. Anyhow, the C-shaped rings gives support to the wall of trachea. The C-shaped rings keeps the trachea always opening. So the C-shaped rings prevent the collapsing of trachea. So the C-shaped rings keeps the trachea always in opening. Next, so this is trachea. Next, bronchi and bronchioles. When the trachea enter into mid-thoracic cavity, it divides into two branches. These two branches are called primary bronchi. Primary bronchi. So the trachea divides into two primary bronchi. This is right bronchus, this is left bronchus. The two bronchi enter into corresponding lung. So the right bronchus enter into right lung, and left bronchus and primary bronchus enter into left lung. Next, each primary bronchus divides into secondary bronchus. Secondary bronchi. Next, the secondary bronchi divides into tertiary bronchi. Here, the primary bronchi, secondary bronchi, and tertiary bronchi are supported by C-shaped rings. C-shaped rings. The primary, secondary, and tertiary bronchi are internally lined by pseudostratified ciliated epithelium. Pseudostratified ciliated epithelium. The primary, secondary, and tertiary bronchi also possess many goblet cells. Many goblet cells. Goblet cells are the mucus secreting cells. So goblet cell secretes mucus. Mucus is a gelatinous substance. So the mucus hold the dust particles which are enter into primary or secondary or tertiary bronchi through air. The ciliated epithelium of the primary, secondary, tertiary bronchi moves the dust particles away from the lungs towards the cilia moves towards the trachea, larynx, and buccal chamber. So the cilia of the pseudostratified epithelium of primary, secondary, tertiary bronchi pushes the dust particles towards the buccal chamber through trachea, larynx, pharynx, and buccal chamber. Cilia moves towards the buccal chamber. So mucus hold the dust particles and cilia pushes the dust particles towards the buccal chamber. So these are the primary, secondary, and tertiary bronchi. Next, the primary bronchi divides into primary bronchioles. So the tertiary bronchi divides into primary bronchioles. The primary bronchioles divides into secondary bronchioles, which divides into tertiary bronchioles. The initial bronchioles are also supported by C-shaped rings. So these are the bronchi and bronchioles. Next, the tertiary bronchioles divides into respiratory bronchioles. Respiratory bronchioles divides into clusters of alveolar ducts. Clusters of alveolar ducts. The clusters of alveolar ducts opens into air sacs of the lungs. Air sacs of the lungs. So these are the bronchi and bronchioles. Here, trachea, bronchi, bronchioles, and bronchioles constitute the respiratory tree. So the trachea, bronchi, and bronchioles constitute the respiratory tree. So these are the bronchi, bronchioles. So the tertiary bronchioles divides into respiratory bronchioles, which divides into clusters of alveolar ducts. The clusters of alveolar ducts opens into air sacs of the lungs. Air sacs of the lungs. Next to lungs. The human beings possess a pair of lungs. A pair of lungs. This is right lung. This is left lung. The two lungs are enclosed by a double layered peritoneum. Double layered peritoneum. For example, this is lung. The lung is covered by double layered peritoneum. Double layer peritoneum. Outer layer, double layer peritoneum called pleura. So each lung is enclosed by a double layered peritoneum called pleura. Here, outer pleural layer is called parietal pleura. Inner layer is called visceral pleura. So each lung is enclosed by double layered peritoneum called pleura, in which the outer pleural layer is called parietal pleura, inner layer is called visceral pleura. Between parietal pleura and visceral pleura, a small space is present. So a small gap or space is present between outer parietal pleura and inner visceral pleura. This space is called pleural cavity. Pleural cavity. So pleural cavity is present between parietal pleura and visceral pleura. The pleural cavity filled with a fluid called pleural fluid. It is produced by pleural layers. Pleural layers produce the pleural fluid. The pleural fluid act as lubricant. So the pleural fluid will act as lubricant. It prevents the friction on the surface of the lungs. So the pleural fluid lubricates the friction on the surface of the lungs during inspiration and expiration. So these are the pleural layers. The two lungs are located in the thoracic cavity, one on either side of heart. So heart is located between the two lungs. So this is heart. So the two lungs are situated in the thoracic or chest cavity, one on either each side of heart. A small space is present between two lungs called mediastinum. 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 So between two lungs, a small space is present called mediastinum. Here the heart is situated or located in the mediastinum. So, two lungs are located in the thoracic cavity, one on each side of heart. Next, the right lung is larger than left lung. Right lung is larger than left lung. The right lung has three lobes. Right lung has three lobes. So right lung is divided into three lobes by horizontal fissure and oblique fissure. So the horizontal and oblique fissures divides the right lung into three lobes. It is larger than left lung. Next, left lung is smaller than right lung. It divides into two lobes by a oblique fissure. So the oblique fissure of the left lung divides the left lung into two lobes. So left lung divides into two lobes by oblique fissure. This is diaphragm. The diaphragm divides the thoracic cavity and abdominal cavity. So two lungs are located above the diaphragm in the thoracic cavity or chest cavity. Next, wall of lungs. Wall of the lungs possess small sac-like structures called air sacs. Air sacs. Each air sac contains or made by small rounded chamber-like structures called alveoli. So wall of two lungs possess sac-like structures called air sacs. Each air sac is made by small round-shaped chambers called alveoli. Alveoli is plural word, alveolus is a singular word. So each air sac is made by alveoli. So the two lungs of man contains 3 millions of alveoli. So the two lungs of man contains 3 millions of alveoli. Sorry, 300 millions of alveoli. 300 millions of alveoli. The wall of the alveoli contains a network of capillaries, blood capillaries. So the blood capillaries are extends in the wall of alveoli. So the alveoli are the sites of respiratory gases exchange. So the respiratory gases are exchanged in the alveoli. So the O2 and CO2 exchange in the alveoli. Wall of the alveoli contains a network of blood capillaries. Here the oxygen from alveoli diffuse into blood capillaries and CO2 from blood capillaries diffuse into alveoli. So alveoli are the sites of gases exchange. Here, from external nostrils to bronchioles forms conducting path. External nostrils to bronchioles forms conducting part, and alveoli and network of capillaries forms respiratory path. Respiratory path. So from external nostrils to bronchioles forms conducting part, and alveoli and network of blood capillaries forms respiratory part. Here the air from the atmosphere enter into external nostrils. From there, it travel through nasal chambers, internal nostrils, larynx, trachea. Next, primary bronchi, secondary bronchi, tertiary bronchi, primary bronchioles, secondary bronchioles, tertiary bronchioles, respiratory bronchioles, clusters of alveolar ducts, and enter into air sacs. From there, it enter into alveoli. So, oxygenated air travel through these parts. Next, the air from lungs pass out through air sacs, clusters of alveolar ducts, respiratory bronchioles, tertiary bronchioles, secondary bronchioles, primary bronchioles, tertiary bronchi, secondary bronchi, primary bronchus, trachea, larynx, pharynx, internal nostrils, nasal chambers, and finally released into atmosphere through external nostrils. So these are the parts of human respiratory system: external nostrils, nasal chambers, internal nostrils, larynx, trachea, bronchi, bronchioles, and lungs.